karon nga aga aton pagatalakayon ang isa na naman sa mga eksaminasyon nga ginapatigayon sang Civil Service Commission. Sa palaabuton nga August 11, 2013, pagahiwaton na ang Penology Officer Examination sa bugos nga pungsod. Ano bala ang tinutuyo sining Penology Officer Examination? The Penology Officer Exam aims to establish a register of eligibles from which certification and appointment to second-level ranks in the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology or BJMP and other functionally related agencies shall be made, provided that the said eligibles meet the qualifications and other requirements of the said positions. So, ang eligibility nga magaresulta sa pagpasar sa Penology Officer Examination ang ginatawag naton nga Penology Officer Eligibility. This eligibility is considered appropriate para sa mga second-level ranks in the jail and management and penology, kag iban pa nga mga functionally related services magluwas sa Philippine National Police. So again, this Penology Officer Eligibility is appropriate to second-level ranks in the jail, management, and penology and functionally related services, except for ranks under the Philippine National Police or PNP. So as mentioned earlier, ang eksaminasyon ang paghahiwaton sa August 11, 2013. And ang period of filing of applications ang nagsugod sang February 11, 2013 kag ini ang magatakop sa June 26, 2013. So again, ang period of filing of applications will be until June 26, 2013 para sa Penology Officer Examination o kung POE nga paghahiwaton sa August 11, 2013. So sa diin bala ang mga examination centers para sa nahambitan nga Penology Officer Exam. So we have a total of 8 testing centers sa bugos nga pungsod kag amo ini ang mga masunod. Una, ang sa San Fernando City, La Union, Quezon City, Legazpi City, Cebu City, Zamboanga City, Davao City, kag Butuan City, kag dili sa Region 6 sa Iloilo City. Sa liwat, ang mga examination centers para sa Penology Officer Examination nga paghahiwaton sa August 11, 2013 amo ang mga masunod. San Fernando City sa La Union, Quezon City, Legazpi City, Iloilo City para sa Region 6, Cebu City, Zamboanga City, Davao City, kag Butuan City. So, we have a total of 8 examination centers para sa Penology Officer Examination. Para sa mga luyag nga magkuha sa nahambitan nga eksaminasyon, kinahanglan nga inyo may baluan ang admission requirements. Kag kinahanglan nga inyo i-check antes kamo mag-submit sa inyo applications kung bala kamo ang qualified nga magkuha sang examination. So ano bala ang mga admission requirements? So applicants are advised to check whether they meet the following admission requirements. Tandaan nga only those nga who meet the admission requirements should apply for the examination. So ano bala ang matabo kung ikaw mag-apply nga hindi ka qualified? So in case that happens, ang inyong application will be disapproved and the admission fees nga inyong ginbayad will be forfeited. So please take note that only those who meet the admission requirements should apply for the Penology Officer Examination. Otherwise, i-disapprove ang inyong application kag i-forfeit pati ang inyong ginbayaran nga admission fees. So, ang mga masunod amo ang admission requirements para sa August 11, 2013 Penology Officer Examination. So, una, must be a Filipino citizen, must be of good moral character, kinahanglan man that the applicant is mentally and physically fit, must not have been convicted by final judgment of an offense or crime involving moral turpitude or of disgraceful or immoral conduct, subong man ang dishonesty, examination irregularity, drunkenness, or addiction to drugs. must not have been dishonorably discharged from military service or dismissed for cause from any civilian positions in government. Ika-6, must have completed a bachelor's degree. Ika-7, must not be less than 21 nor more than 30 years of age at the date or time of filing of applications. So, kinahanglan that the applicants must be born between June 26, 1983 and June 26, 1992 agud makakwalify sa age requirement. And must be at least 1.57 meters or 5 feet and 2 inches in height for female and 1.62 meters o kung 5 feet 4 inches for male. So again, ang mga masunod ang mga admission requirements para sa August 11, 2013 Penology Officer Examination. So take note para sa mga interesado nga mag-apply sa nahambitan nga eksaminasyon. So we have 8 admission requirements. Una diri, must be a Filipino citizen, must be of good moral character, must be mentally and physically fit, must not have been convicted by final judgment of an offense or crime involving moral turpitude, or of disgraceful or immoral conduct, dishonesty, examination irregularity, drunkenness, or addiction to drugs. Ika-5, must not have been dishonorably discharged from military service or dismissed for cause from any civilian positions in the government. Ika-6, must have completed a bachelor's degree. Ika-7, must not be less than 21 nor more than 30 years of age at the date of filing of application, or applicants must be born between June 26, 1983 and June 26, 1992. Ika-8, must be at least 5 feet and 2 inches in height for female and 5 feet 4 inches in height for male. So take note also that the admission requirement number 6, 7, and 8, amuyat dong education, age, kag height requirements shall be waived for employees of the BJMP who are included in the list submitted to the Civil Service Commission. So again, para sa mga empleyado sa BJMP included in the list na ginsubmit sa Civil Service Commission, ang admission requirement number 6 to 8, amo yadto ang education, age, kag height requirements will be waived. Sa piyak nga bahin, ang admission requirement number 7 and 8 or the age and height requirements shall be waived for incumbent employees sa Bureau of Corrections. Subong man ang tanan nga provincial kag sub-provincial jail. So again, ang age and height requirements will be waived for incumbent employees of the Bureau of Corrections as well as all provincial and sub-provincial jails. Instead, they are required to submit a certification of employment from their authorized agency official. The same requirements will also be waived for former Penology and Correctional Service Agency employees, provided that ang ilang applications will be endorsed by the BJMP and provided further that they meet the minimum service requirement pursuant to existing laws. So, kinahanglan man nga a certification on the applicant's minimum service qualification will be issued by the authorized official of the BJMP. So, again, take note para sa mga empleyado sa BJMP nga luyag magkuha sa Penology Officer Exam, if you are included in the list submitted to the Commission, iga-waive na ang admission requirements on the education, age, kag height. Sa piyak nga bahin, ang admission requirement for the age and height will also be waived para sa mga incumbent nga empleyado sa Bureau of Corrections, provincial, kag sub-provincial jails. Just submit a certification of employment gikan sa inyo authorized agency official. Former kung sa mga anay nga empleyado sa Penology and Correctional Service Agencies, provided nga ang inyong application will be endorsed by the BJMP and you are able to meet the minimum service requirement. So, kinahanglan man nga mag-submit, no, in this case, ang certification on the applicant's minimum service qualification issued by the authorized official of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. So, magluwas dira, a waiver for height requirement will also be automatically granted para sa mga applicants nga kabahin sa mga cultural communities, subject to submission of certification of membership to a cultural community nga gin-issue sang National Commission on Indigenous People or NCIP or the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos or NCMF. So sa liwat, no, there will also be a waiver for height requirement which will be automatically granted para sa mga kabahin sang cultural communities. Just submit a certification of membership to a cultural community gikan sa National Commission on Indigenous People or National Commission on Muslim Filipinos. So tandaan man nga applicants with pending administrative and or criminal case may still take the examination and will be conferred the eligibility if they pass. However, this is without prejudice sa outcome sang ilang pending cases. Sa tion nga sila ang mahatulan na guilty sang grave offenses, ang ilang eligibility will be forfeited based on the penalties stated in the decision and pursuant to Section 52A of the Revised Rules on Administrative Cases in the Civil Service. So para sa may mga pending administrative and or criminal case, you may still apply for the examination, and if ever you pass, you will be conferred the Penology officer eligibility. However, if you are found guilty of grave offenses later on, your eligibility will be forfeited. Ini ang santo sa penalties, no, nga nakasaad sa desisyon kag pursuant man sa Section 52A sang Revised Rules on Administrative Cases in the Civil Service. Sa piyak nga bahin, no, those who have already passed the career service exam, subungan sa mga bar or board examinations, kag sa mga nakagraduate with honors, no, pursuant to Presidential Decree 907, you are no longer required to take the said examination. So again, no, para sa mga nakapasan na sa career service examination, professional, as well as bar or board exams, kag those who graduated with honors pursuant to PD 907 should not take the examination. Kagamuyad to ang mga admission requirements para sa Penology Officer Examination nga pagaywaton sa August 11, 2013. So magluwas sa admission requirements, we also have the following application requirements. So, ang atong nga application requirements, amo ang mga masunod. So, please take note, labi na gid sa mga luyag nga mag-apply para sa nahamlitan nga eksaminasyon. So, una, you are required to submit a fully accomplished application form. Ang application form para sa Penology Officer Exam, amo ang Civil Service Form number 100, revised November 2012. So, again, please submit a fully accomplished application form, that is Civil Service Form number 100, revised November 2012. So tandaan, no, nga ang spaces para sa signature of applicant and right thumb mark on the form should be left blank. So please don't fill out, anay, no, the spaces for signature and right thumb mark of the applicant. Instead, no, you will only accomplish this in the presence and upon instruction of the Civil Service Commission processor or authorized administering officer. So tandaan, no, to leave the spaces for signature of applicant and right thumb mark blank. Only fill this out in the presence and upon instruction of the CSC processor or authorized administering officer. So sa diin bala mahimo nga magkuha sang CS form number 100 revised November 2012. So mahimo kamo sini nga magkuha sa CSC Regional Office number 6 sa number 7 Oñati Street, Mandurriao, Iloilo City, ukon sa pinakamalapit nga CSC Field Office. Or mahimo man kamo nga mag-download gikan sa CSC website www.csc.gov.ph. Another application requirement, amo ang 4 copies of identical ID pictures with the following specifications. It should be Philippine passport size. So ano ba lang Philippine passport size? That is 1.8 by 1.4 inches. So again, Philippine passport size 1.8 by 1.4 inches. Colored with white background, taken within 3 months prior to filing of application. The picture should be printed on good quality photo paper. So kinahanglan nga maayo ang kalidad sang photo paper. The identical ID picture should be in standard close-up shot. When we say standard close-up shot, this is from shoulder level up with the head and face occupying at least 80% of the picture and with the name tag positioned at approximately 1 inch below the chin. So again, in standard close-up shot, kinahanglan ang picture from shoulder level up with the head and face occupying at least 80% and with the name tag positioned at approximately 1 inch below the chin. Kinahanglan man nga ang picture should be in bare face, kinahanglan nga wala sang ginasuksok nga eyeglasses or accessories nga magatabon sa facial features. The photo should also show the left and right ears of the applicant. It should be taken in full face view directly facing the camera with neutral facial expression and both eyes open, and with full and handwritten name tag in the format first name, middle initial, last name, and extension name if any, and signature over printed name. So tandaan nga computer-generated name tags are not allowed. So again, you also need to submit 4 identical ID pictures with the following specifications. So to recap, Philippine passport size 1.8 by 1.4 inches, colored with white background, taken within 3 months prior to filing of application, printed on good quality photo paper, in standard close-up shot, from shoulder level up with the head and face occupying at least 80% of the picture, and the name tag positioned 1 inch below the chin. In bare face, showing left and right ears, taken in full face view directly facing the camera, with neutral facial expression, both eyes open, and with full and handwritten name tag in the format first name, middle initial, last name, and extension name if any, and signature over printed name. Another application requirement, kinahanglan man nga mag-submit sang original, mag-present sang original kag mag-submit sang photocopy sang valid ID containing the applicant's clear picture, date of birth, signature of the authorized head of the issuing agency, kaangay sang driver's license, SSS, GSIS, o kung PhilHealth IDs, subuman ang current nga company or office ID, current school ID para sa mga estudyante, kaginabaton man ang postal, BIR, barangay, and voters IDs, subuman ang valid passport. So again, you also need to present your original kag photocopy of any valid ID containing the applicant's clear picture, date of birth, signature, and signature of the authorized head of the issuing agency. So ano bala ang mga IDs nga ginabaton sang komisyon? We have the following: driver's license, SSS, GSIS, PhilHealth IDs, ang inyong current office or current school ID, postal, BIR, barangay, o kung voters ID, subong man ang valid passport or police clearance. Now, in case the said IDs do not contain all the required information, you may present another valid ID containing the missing information. IDs with lacking information, partikular na ang applicant's date of birth, should be supported by a birth certificate authenticated or issued by the National Statistics Office or NSO or the local civil registrar. So again, in case kulang impormasyon sa inyo valid ID, you may present another valid ID containing the particular missing information. Pero sa tion nga hindi naka-reflect sa inyo nga valid ID ang applicant's date of birth, please present your birth certificate nga gin-authenticate or issue sang NSO or local civil registrar. Finally, we have an examination fee of 700 pesos. So again, examination fee of 700 pesos. So amuyad to ang application requirements para sa August 11, 2013 Penology Officer Examination. Now, please take note nga sa tion nga hindi ka mo makakuha sang scheduled examination, your examination fee will be forfeited. So, please avoid going absent during the examination day, or else your examination fee of 700 pesos will be forfeited. So, ano ba lang coverage sa Penology Officer Exam? Para sa mga interesado nga magkuha sa exam, yari ang coverage nga dapat inyo paghahandaan. So we have general ability, 25%, kalakip diri ang verbal, analytical, kag numerical ability, specialized area, 75%. Ano ba lang kabahin sang specialized area? So we have the following subtopics: jail management concepts and applications, 30%. Commitment and classifications of inmates, prisoners, and detainees, 5%. So, kalakip sa jail management concepts and applications, ang topics on courts and other entities authorized to commit a person to jail, categories of inmates, classification of prisoners and detainees, inmate security classification, and requirements for commitment. Subong man ang reception procedures, classification and disciplinary boards, and punishable acts of inmates, which will cover 20%. So, kalakip sini ang reception procedures, classification board, disciplinary punishment for inmates, procedures in the hearing of disciplinary cases for inmates, kag punishable acts. Kalakip man diri ang treatment of inmates with special needs, 5%. Under this, we have handling inmates with special needs. Another subtopic is custodial concepts and applications, which will cover 45%. Of the 45%, 35% amo ang custody, security and control, emergency plans, and movement and transfer of prisoners and detainees. And 10% amo ang rules to be followed during movement, transfer of inmates, rights, and privileges. So again, we have custodial concepts and applications. Kalakip diri among custody, security and control, emergency plans, movement and transfer of prisoners and detainees, and inmates' rights and privileges. Another subtopic is Inmates Welfare and Development, or IWD programs, which covers 15%. Kalakip diri ang IWD upon Inmates Welfare and Development services and activities, such as guiding principles, provisions for basic needs, health services, livelihood services, and literacy services, as well as cultural and sports development activities, visitation activities, paralegal activities, interfaith services, and therapeutic community modality program. And kabahin man sang coverage ang exam, amo ang BJMP Administrative Matters, which covers 10%. Under this, amo ang salient features of Republic Act 6713, ukon ang Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees. Kalakip man ang Republic Act No. 9263, an act providing for the professionalization of the Bureau of Fire Protection and BJMP, amending certain provisions of RA 6975, kag omnibus rules on leave. So to recap, please take note of the following details. Ang coverage sa Penology Officer Exam, General Ability, 25%, which includes verbal, analytical, and numerical abilities. And 75% sa coverage among specialized area. So we have 4 subtopics under the specialized area. Jail management concepts and applications, that's 30%. Custodial concepts and applications, 45%. Inmates welfare and development programs, 15%. And BJMP administrative matters, 10%. So i-recap nato, no? Ang coverage sa subtopics. So first, jail management concepts and applications, 30%. So under this, we have commitment and classifications of inmates, prisoners, and detainees, 5%. And reception procedures, classification, and disciplinary boards and punishable acts of inmates, 20%. And 5% for the treatment of inmates with special needs. Under the subtopic, custodial concepts and applications, which cover 45%, kalakip diri ang custody, security and control, emergency plans, and movement and transfer of prisoners and detainees. That is 35%. As well as inmates' rights and privileges, 10%. So kalakip sang inmates' rights and privileges, ang privileges amo ang modes and guidelines of release. Another subtopic, Inmates Welfare and Development or IWD programs, covers 15% of the examination. Kalakip diri amo ang guiding principles and provisions for basic needs, kaangay sang health services, livelihood, literacy, cultural and sports development activities, visitation and paralegal services, interfaith activities, and therapeutic community modality program. And finally, part sa coverage ng exam amo ang BJMP administrative matters, which covers 10%. Kagalakip diri amo ang salient features sa Republic Act 6713 o kung mas kilala nga Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees. Subong man ang salient features sa Republic Act number 9263, an act providing for the professionalization of the BFP and BJMP, amending certain provisions of RA 6975, and omnibus rules on leave. Kagamuyad to ang coverage sa Penology Officer Examination. So, pila ba lang passing rating agod nga makapasara sa eksaminasyon, kinahanglan nga makakuha ang examinee sang rating nga at least 80. So, again, in order to pass the Penology Officer Exam, kinahanglan nga makakuha ang examinee sang rating nga at least 80. So, para sa mga luyag nga mag-apply, sa diin bala ka mahimo nga magkuha ka mag-file sa applications. So, as mentioned earlier, application forms are now available sa CSC Regional and Field Offices. So, again, ang amon ng regional office ang namtang sa Oñate Street, Mandurriao, Iloilo City. And we also have field offices in Western Visayas. Or, you may also visit the official CSC website, www.csc.gov.ph. Agad na mag-download sang application form para sa Penology Officer Examination. And applicants who are incumbent or former Penology and Correctional Service Agency employees may file their applications at the nearest BJMP regional offices. So para sa mga incumbent or former Penology and Correctional Service Agency employees, mahimo man ka mag-file sa inyo applications sa pinakamalapit nga BJMP regional office. And on the other hand, all other applications may be filed at any of the CSC regional office or CSC field office within your area. So we have the following testing centers or offices, or rather CSC regional offices nga nagabaton sa applications para sa Penology Officer Exam. CSC Regional Office Number 1 in La Union, Regional Office Number 5 in Legazpi City. We have CSC Regional Office Number 6 diri sa syudad sa Iloilo, Regional Office Number 7 sa Lahog, Cebu City, CSC Regional Office Number 9 sa Zamboanga City. Subong man ang CSC Regional Office Number 11 sa Davao City, CSC National Capital Region sa Quezon City, kag CSC Caraga sa Butuan City. So those are the CSC regional offices kung sa diin mahimo kamo nga mag-file sa inyo application para sa palaabuton nga Penology Officer Examination sa August 11, 2013. So tandaan nga ang application receipt na inyo magbaton will serve as your examination permit. Para sa inyong school assignments, qualified applicants may also use the online notice of school assignment to get a printout of the notice of assignment. The online notice will be available at least 2 weeks antes pagahiwaton ang examination. So para magamit ang inyong system, just log on sa CSC website and go to the examination announcement webpage. If no, you will still not know your school assignment, or kung hindi ninyo ma-access ang online notice of school assignment paagi sa CSC website, at least 1 week antes ang examination, please call the CSC regional or field office kung sa diin kamo nag-file sa inyo application. So again, no, if hindi pa gid kamo maka-access sa online notice of school assignment 1 week before the examination day, you may inquire from the CSC regional or field office kung sa diin kamo nag-file sa inyong application para sa Penology Officer exam. So please take note that you should bring the following on examination day. So una, don't forget to bring your notice of assignment or application receipt. Subong man ang lead pencils number 1 or 2 and eraser, ball pen, blue or black ink only, kag the same valid ID card nga inyo gin-present sa inyo pag-file sa inyo application. So to reiterate, ang driver's license, SSS, PhilHealth, current office ID, GSIS, postal, BIR, barangay or voter's ID, valid passport or police clearance. So again, no, please don't forget to bring the following on the day of the examination. Ang inyong notice of assignment o kung application receipt, lead pencils, number 1 or 2, and eraser, blue or black ball pen, kag valid ID. The same valid ID nga inyo gin-present sa inyo pag-file sa applications. So please take note of the IDs, no, nga ginabaton sa commission. So importante lang nga pahibalo para sa mga examinees, no valid ID, no examination. So, please don't forget your valid ID. Kaya kung hindi ninyo inidala, you cannot take the examination. All personal belongings, kalakip ng inyong mga cellphones, digital watches, calculators, libro, kagiban pa nga mga electronic gadgets, kaga printed materials, kaangay sa mga reviewers, must be surrendered to the room examiners during the day of the examination. And firearms, if any, must also be surrendered to the security guard or designated firearm custodian at the entrance of the testing center. So again, no, please surrender your firearms sa aton nga firearm custodian sa entrance pa lang sa testing center on the day of the exam. And also surrender all your things sa room examiners, including your cell phones. And para sa mga examinees, please take note that proper attire should be worn on examination day. So, hindi allowed ang magsuksok sang sleeveless na shirt or blouse. Subong man ang short pants kag slippers. So, again, please wear proper attire during the examination day on August 11. Ang sleeveless shirt or blouse, short pants, and slippers are not allowed. Importante man nga pahibalo para sa mga examinees, the CSC uses a highly reliable system to detect cheats. So any form of cheating in any civil service examination shall be considered a violation of Republic Act 9416. and any person found guilty shall be administratively and criminally liable. So again, no, ginapahanumdum gid sa mga examinees that the CSC uses a highly reliable system agud ma-detect ang mga cheats. So any form of cheating will be considered a violation of the Anti-Cheating Law or Republic Act 9416. Any person found guilty shall be administratively and criminally liable. So ano bala ang mga forms of cheating? So we have the following: ang paggamit sa crib sheets o kodigo containing codes in any form, written in any material or in digital form. Impersonation o kung pagpakuno-kuno. Another is employing a poste or a person inside or outside of the examination room who may or may not be an examinee but provides examinees with answers. Another form of cheating is collusion of whatever nature between examinees and examination personnel. Examinee number switching, subong man ang possession o kung paggamit sang fake certificate of eligibility, that's considered a form of cheating, and such other acts of similar nature which facilitate the passing of the examination. So again, no, take note of the following. So these are the forms of cheating: paggamit sang kodigo, whether in written or digital form, pagpakuno-kuno o kung impersonation, paggamit sang poste, collusion of whatever nature sa tunga sang examinees kag examination personnel, examinee number switching, possession o kung paggamit sang fake certificate of eligibility, and other similar acts which facilitate the passing of the examination. Kag amuyad to ang kapusan sa aton nga topiko karon nga aga, angot sa Penology Officer Examination nga pagaywaton sa August 11, 2013. Sa liwat, ang deadline sang filing of applications will be on June 26, 2013. Again, deadline is on June 26, 2013. The Civil Service Commission na Clan Field Office has transferred to the third floor of the Administration Building, College of Industrial Technology, Aklan State University, Rojas Avenue Extension sa Kalibo, Aklan, effective January 14, 2013. So again, no, para sa aton nga mga abyan dira sa probinsya sang Aklan, ang CSC Aklan Field Office ang nag-transfer na sa third floor sang Administration Building, College of Industrial Technology sang Aklan State University nga nahamtang sa Rojas Avenue Extension, Kalibo, Aklan, effective January 14, 2013. Sa piyak nga bahin, in order to generate more applicants para sa Fire Officer Examination kag qualifying test for Foreign Service Officer Exam, the CSC rescheduled the conduct of the said examinations from February 10 to March 10, 2013. So again, no, ang qualifying test for Foreign Service Officer Exam, subuman ang Fire Officer Examination, ang gin-reschedule sa March 10, 2013. In view of the development of the new CSC Computerized Examination or CSCRO6, the CSC suspends the conduct of the Career Service Examination Computer-Assisted Test starting February 2013. The conduct of the test through CSCRO6 shall be announced later through the CSC website and other media. Meanwhile, para sa mga interesado nga magkuha sang Career Service Exam through paper and pencil, scheduled on April 14, you may still file your applications at any CSC regional or field offices. Deadline for submission of applications is on February 28, 2013. So again, February 28, 2013 is the deadline for filing of applications sa Career Service Exam, paper and pencil test. Sa piyak nga bahin, the Civil Service Commission together with the Philippine Broadcasting Services launched its radio program with the title Serbisyong Todo-Todo last February 13, 2013 via DCRB Radyo ng Bayan 738 kHz. And this will be aired every Wednesday from 11 o'clock in the morning to 12 noon. So again, the Civil Service Commission, together with the Philippine Broadcasting Services, launched the radio program Serbisyong Todo-Todo last February 13. So, Serbisyong Todo-Todo will air every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon via DZRB Radyo ng Bayan 738 kHz. Samtang padayon sa gihapon nga nagabaton ang Civil Service Commission Regional Office No. 6, subong man ang mga field offices para sa nomination sa 2013 Honor Awards Program, the search for outstanding public officials and employees for the following categories: the Presidential Lingkod Bayan Award, the CSC Pag-asa Award, and the Dangal ng Bayan Awards. So para sa dugang nga detalye angot sa search, mahimo man kamo nga magbisita sa CSC website o kung magbisita sa blog site www.honораwardsprogram.wordpress.com. Deadline for submission of nominations para sa nahambitan na search will be on March 29, 2030. So para sa dugang nga detalye angot sa Honor Awards Program, you may contact the HAP Secretariat at telephone number 02-931-7993 and 02-932-0381 or the CSC hotline 02-932-0111 or email hap@webmail.csc.gov.ph or hap@secretariat or hapsecretariat@yahoo.com. So again, ang deadline for submission of nominations sa Honor Awards Program will be on March 29, 2013. And finally, the CSC released the new Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Net Worth or SALN form after a series of consultations with various government offices and employee groups. The new form is simpler to avoid confusion with corresponding guidelines on how they should be filled out. Kag amuyat to ang kabugusan sa ato nga programa karon nga aga. Ini ang inyo abyan Donna Baldiviso. Maayong aga sa inyo tanan.